to go talk to Henry again, but I think for the most part I agree with his statements on the human nature. Like I don't see. I think inherently I believe that humans are decent. Though that being said, I think there's vices that all affect us. And in my mind, I call them vices, but other people might have different perspectives on this. Like greed, ambition, lust. Like I think those are all like part of the human condition, so to speak. Hello.
Again, you interrupt me. Why?
I have a new brain for Rex.
Very well. Show me what you brought so that I can analyze its potential. Big brain on this one. All right, let's see. Damn. Heavy amounts of the chemicals used in the drug Turbo are present. Transplanting this brain will make Rex faster than he was before. Have a seat.
All right. Maybe I should win for the Legion dog. Hey, level up. So let's finish. Let's cap up unarmed. We will also do more speech. Medicine's good too. Continue, and we will do. Purifier, you do 50% damage with melee unarmed weapons against centaurs tonight. Ooh. Purifier might be good. Congratulations on getting food. Food's delicious. I like food. Fight the power might be good. Stonewall. Some of these I think are actually pretty. Oh, yeah, let's do Blade Mass. Okay, so 5% damage increase, that's definitely nothing to sneer at. Alright, we can't do anything of this. I guess we'll do the 3-card bounty then. Here's that one. Speaking of food, I was going to make a spaghetti sauce tonight. That was my plan. Then I was going to freeze it all. It was going to be incredible. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'll burn the kitchen down. Which, I mean, technically possible. It's, I haven't really had a kitchen disaster. Like, the worst thing I've done, which, you know, I'm a little embarrassed to admit, is I burnt some instant ramen. But I haven't, like, beyond that. Like, I might have, like, singed food a little bit. But I can't. No, I don't think I've had, like, some people say, oh yeah, I've set the roast beef on fire. That I haven't done. I haven't done anything quite that bad, though I almost wonder it's like a matter of time. First batch of cookies I ever made, though, I burnt those to a crisp. Oh, it was not good. That was not something you want to eat. I'd throw them out because they were, well, frankly, you couldn't eat them. Nor would you want to. And this was recently, too. This was, like, less than a year. Actually, no, this was, like 5 months ago. I feel like I've, you know, come a long ways from then. Yes, yeah, dude, spaghetti is amazing. That's why I decided I wanted to make some. Where is this man? I cannot seem to find him. Well, that's just it. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Is that you?
Hey, what can I do for you?
What can you do for me?
Whatever you...
Never mind.
We're at your service.
Okay, so we don't want to really talk to him. We want to talk to the other man, who's, I think, probably... Oh, he's right there. Okay. I think, you know, if I were to do something more complicated for baking or cooking,
Got any
then
more
that,
good news
there'd
for
be
me?
more potential for something bad to go wrong. But I want to claim bounty.
That right. God damn it. That's Violet, all right.
250
You
ball
one
caps.
helpless
That's
Son of a bitch, you know that?
not trivial.
Here. That's two, psychopath.
All right, let's go.
It, only thing
Got it.
you've got.
All right, so I guess we're gonna... Oh, I've been excited by the NCR. Perfect, guys. Now we... Oh, right there. All right. And away we go. I mean, I think if you think about it, I don't think there's... I was trying to think of, like, embarrassing things that I've done, but, I've come to the realization that, like, whenever we do something embarrassing, I think for the most part, we try not to remember it. Though that being said, you might say that, well, comedy is just tragedy plus time, which I think that's true. There's some things like when you're younger, like you feel really bad about. Like, for example, me burning the instant ramen. You know, I felt pretty foolish about that, but I was like, now I was like, people's like, hey, do you have an embarrassing story? I'm like, yeah, I've burnt instant ramen before. I was like, how did you manage to do that? The answer is very carefully. You know, my mom cooks since I was young, so I've always learned things before heating them myself. Oh, well, and I think that's the best way to cook. But see, like, I kind of grew up in a similar environment where, less so my mom, but my dad was into cooking. So, like, for that reason, like, it was easier for me to pick, you know, that up from him because, well, because he was into it. What is going on with that, man? Holy, there's a lot of things here. And we're getting a lot of karma. Oh, that's an NCR Ranger. Oh my goodness. I guess he's on our side. That's pretty neat. And my stepmom was into baking. I'll let them deal with it. I've had ramen explode once, I can relate. Put in the microwave. Oh, yeah, but see, that's just it. Like, we're all human, so we make these mistakes. So it's like, we just make mistakes all the time. Oh, we need to sell some stuff. That's what we need to do. Like, even today, there's some things where I was like, man, I could have done that a little bit differently. They're not like bad mistakes, but I think it's, you know, like, we've all been there. Like, and the people who try to be like, oh, I'm perfect, I haven't done anything. It's like, well, oh, there he is. I just, like, you know, I guess all I'm saying is, like, I think it's okay that we make mistakes. So that wasn't really the point of this conversation. But for the baking, like, I grew up in an environment where, like, people, well, my stepmom liked to bake. My mom is kind of into baking too, and she'll kind of cook. But my dad was, like, definitely into cooking. But because, like, you know, my parents were into that, it was easier for me to pick that stuff. Like, and I think for the most part, people are can be somewhat similar to the parents. Like, I think there's definitely exceptions. Like, you have, like, the parents and, like, the kids, like, way different. Which I guess, you know, doing generalizations could be a little bit not dangerous, but I guess short-sighted because everyone's different. They have all these variables that affect them coming up in their lives. Or rather, like, people are just different due to all these different, you know, variables that can factor into their existence, which I think is a bit of a weird way of putting it. But some people, like, just, like, aren't born into environments where people want or who cook. Like, some people I know just they do.
The head's in really bad shape, so I can't authorize a full reward. If he really is dead, we're all better off.
Some people, oh, what was I saying? Yeah, some people do, like, frozen dinners for supper, or, like, just, like, nothing but fast food. Which is, I guess a lifestyle choice, you know, that's not something I do, but...
Scumbags probably killed 20 NCR troopers. Can you bring them down alone? Wish I had a few grunts as good as you. I'm good working with you.
Neat.
You've done a good turn for the NCR, and now we'd like to do one for you. There's an NCR emergency two-way radio. You call, and we'll come run it.
Neat.
You're
Thanks,
not
man.
alone out here. The NCR has your back. Stay safe and good hunting.
Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing, right? Like, so sometimes, and here's the thing: I think there's like certain skills in life that really do you good to know. Like, for example, like cooking. Like, if you don't know how to boil water, it's like, oh, like, dang, like maybe allocate some time to like know how to cook. Like, I don't think people need to be amazing cooks. Like, that's fine. Like, I don't think I'm a great cook either. Like, but I can I can survive off of groceries I find. Well, do you have work
Nice
for
to
me?
meet you. I'm Curtis.
Hey, Curtis. What do you do here?
Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Alvar has Bravo
Um,
our forces here garrisoned,
Or I was like,
I'm free to do other
some
things.
people don't know how
So I work with
to,
Colonel Shu on
let's
logistics,
say.
controls, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less.
Well, let's let this man finish talking first.
Leaked to raiders. It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit.
All right, so you didn't really have much for us. Like, I guess what I'm saying is certain like okay, for certain life skills, if someone say doesn't know how to, I'm trying to think of a life skill that someone uses that. Okay, if someone doesn't know how to ride a bike, like that's fine because you don't really need to ride a bike. Like if someone, if I talk to someone and they said, "Oh, I don't know how to ride a bike," I'm like, I'm not gonna judge them for that. Like, there might be several reasons why they don't know how to ride a bike. Like, I know how to ride a bike, but not everyone does. Or how to swim. Like, I think swimming's important, but if you don't know how to swim, like, that's fine. But, like, not knowing how to cook is like, ooh. Do you need my help?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him. Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Dang. Maybe try calling them hurtful names. I don't think they have a truth drug.
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye. Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband.
Dang.
But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable. I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR.
Oh, good, we're completely
Plus, for
insane.
all this
Yeah,
dynamite,
it's
you're
like,
completely insane. That's a winning combination.
as far as cooking goes, so you want me to do what you can't.
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So
People might have their reasons why they don't like cook or they don't know how to cook. And the thing, like, I don't want to be judgmental at all. Even though, like, before I'm like, oh yeah, if you don't know how to cook, like, I should be careful because sometimes I feel like they just don't learn that skill, right, for one reason or another.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and
I think that's fine. Like, that's just like who we are as humans. Like, sometimes like people just don't grow up in an environment where they get the opportunity to cook. But that being said, I do think like, basic knife skills, knowing how to boil water, like things like that. Like, you don't have to be a great cook, but I think those are good to have, like good skills to have. Or like basic financial skills, like for example, like don't put yourself in debt. Like, I think that's good to know too. But some people just aren't aware of that.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
Oh my goodness.
I love how tightly they fit.
Dang. This guy, I don't know about him.
Make sure the slaves' flesh bulges.
See, and that's just it. I think there's a lot of things that people would classify as like, you know, we should have as common knowledge that we just don't know. Like for me, example.